Welcome to today's explainer. Look, we're jumping right in today because we're setting the stage to completely rethink agricultural design, literally from the ground up. If you've ever stood on a piece of farmland and wondered how to squeeze every single ounce of potential out of it without, destroying the soil in the process, well, we found the exact blueprint. We're moving away from scattered, fragmented farming and entering a world of total ecosystem design. Right now, most folks think about their farm as a bunch of totally separate pieces. You've got the rice field over here, the vegetable patch over there, maybe a few goats in the corner, and some fruit trees along the boundary. And each one is managed more or less independently. They've got their own inputs, their own totally disconnected economics, and let's be honest, their own unique set of headaches. But what if every component of your farm was deliberately designed to support every other component? Think about it. What if your livestock fed your crops fed your fish fertilized your veggies, and your trees sheltered your animals? It's really about thinking of nature as a perfectly tuned machine. In the traditional approach, siloed farming, you constantly need external inputs, the economics are totally disjointed, and honestly, it generates a massive amount of waste. But when we shift over to integrated farming, it's a real game changer. The exhaust of one natural gear becomes the high-octane fuel for the next. You get these beautifully closed nutrient cycles, synergistic outputs, and a farm that is incredibly resilient to economic and environmental shocks. Which brings us to this absolutely crucial philosophy. In nature, nothing is wasted. Every single output from one organism literally becomes the input for another. Fallen leaves feed the soil organisms, animal manure fertilizes the plants, dead organisms become food for decomposers. And hey, this isn't just poetry, it's a profound engineering principle. Integrated farming applies this deliberately and systematically, directly to farm design. Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our roadmap for today. We'll start with the systems thinking paradigm, move into synergies with crops and horticulture, then explore integrating livestock and aquaculture. After that, we'll look at agroforestry and real models, and finally, designing your integrated farm. Section 1. The systems thinking paradigm. Redefining agricultural design. So, integrated farming systems, or IFS, deliberately combine all these elements, the crops, the livestock, the fish, and the trees, on the exact same farm. Now, I should mention, this isn't entirely a new concept. Traditional Indian farming with its smallholder combos of cattle, crops, and trees reflects centuries of accumulated wisdom about these interactions. But what modern systems thinking does is provide us with a scientifically backed blueprint to systematically optimize these cycles. It's about maximizing total productivity while seriously slashing the need for any external inputs. Moving to Section 2, Synergies, Crops and Horticulture, Stacking Benefits in the Field. Let's look at how this creates a crazy compounding series of benefits out in the field. If you integrate fish directly into flooded rice fields, the fish will actually eat the insect pests and weeds, which significantly reduces your need for chemicals. And in return, the fish manure naturally fertilizes the rice. You are getting two crops, rice and fish, using the exact same amount of water. You can do the exact same thing with ducks, getting eggs and meat while they weed your fields. Or you can introduce azolla, which is this floating fern that fixes nitrogen for the soil and acts as livestock feed. You can even plant veggies in the dry season to use up the residual fertility from the rice harvest. It's an absolute masterpiece of efficiency. And this brilliantly illustrates how stacking crops vertically maximizes sunlight and space. For farmers with access to water, you can build a multi-tier horticulture system. Picture this. You've got coconut palms at the top tier providing shade. The middle tier has banana or erica nut. Then, right on those erica nut stems, you grow black pepper, which is a super high-value climber. Finally, at ground level, you plant shade-tolerant stuff like ginger, turmeric, or cardamom. By treating your farm like a 3D space rather than just a flat 2D field, you're generating significantly more income than a single-crop monoculture ever could. Section 3. Integrating livestock and aquaculture, the engine of nutrient cycling. Let's talk about poultry-cum-fish integration. This is fascinating. By building a poultry house directly over, or even just adjacent to, a fish pond, the poultry droppings fall straight into the water. Boom! You have completely eliminated a massive waste management headache. Why? Because those droppings instantly become aquatic fertilizer. They naturally stimulate the growth of algae and plankton, which happens to be exactly what your fish need to eat. Now, what's really interesting about this is the financial impact. By letting the poultry naturally feed the pond's ecosystem, farmers can slash their commercial fish feed costs by 30 to 50%. I mean, that is huge. You are taking a waste product that you would normally have to spend time and labor cleaning up and turning it into a massive cost-saving input for a completely different enterprise. And the aquatic benefits definitely go both ways. You can actually cultivate duckweed right in those very same fish ponds. Amazingly, duckweed contains between 25 to 45% protein on a dry weight basis. That makes it a perfect substitute for those incredibly expensive commercial protein supplements. So, you grow this high-protein aquatic plant in your ponds, and then use it to feed your poultry or your livestock. The whole system just feeds itself.
All right, Section 4, Agroforestry and Real Models, Trees as Anchors and Real-World Success.
Trees really are the anchors of an integrated farm. Through alley cropping, planting species like Gliricidia or Moringa fixes nitrogen directly in the soil while giving you fodder for your livestock. You can use windbreaks like Casuarina to protect delicate crops from wind damage and cut down on water evaporation. Homestead agroforestry provides your own family with diverse nutrition and traditional medicine. And hey, looking to the future, as carbon markets develop, the carbon sequestered in your farm's trees will literally become an additional passive income stream. The trees basically do it all. Just to ground all this theory in reality, let's look at what is happening right now in Karnataka. Up in the Malnad region, traditional farmers are running these highly productive multi-tier spice systems. Down in the Kaveri Delta, you've got these incredible generational rice dairy cycles, where the rice straw feeds the cattle and the cattle manure fertilizes the next generation of rice. And right around Bangalore, peri-urban farms are combining polyhouses, dairy, and vermicomposting to create zero-waste, financially booming systems that supply premium urban markets. So this isn't just science fiction, it's happening, and it's highly successful right now. Finally, Section 5, Designing Your Integrated Farm, a step-by-step blueprint. So the crucial point is, how do we actually bring this to your land? It comes down to a clear 4-step design process. Step 1. Do a resource inventory. Map your soil, your water, and your labor accurately. Step 2. Enterprise selection. Pick the right crops, fish, or livestock that actually fit those local constraints. Step 3. Interaction mapping. Literally draw out how the waste from one thing will feed the other. And Step 4, and honestly, we can't stress this enough, phased implementation. Do not try to implement all of this at once. Start small with 2 or 3 complementary enterprises. Build the connections, let the system stabilize, and then scale slowly so you don't overwhelm your management capacity or, your wallet. I want to leave you with a specific, really empowering exercise to try this week. Grab a piece of paper and just draw a simple map of your farm's current enterprises. Then, simply draw arrows showing where you could create productive connections between them. Ask yourself, where can waste become food? Where can shade become a habitat? It's like a giant puzzle. This one simple exercise will reveal hidden integration opportunities that require zero additional land and, honestly, minimal investments. Which brings me to my final question for you. Which integration opportunity excites you most on your farm? Is it maybe stacking a spice crop under your fruit trees or dropping some ducks into your rice field? Think about it, because unlocking these natural synergies is absolutely the key to true agricultural wealth. Join us for our next explainer, where we're going to dive into high-value specialty agriculture, exploring how crops like saffron and mushrooms can totally transform your farm's economics. Until then, keep designing, keep integrating, and I'll see you next time.